Hello, and today we're going to be going over how to register using AMX's new app with Transflo Mobile Plus. First off, you can simply download this from the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Simply just type in Transflo Mobile Plus and it should pop right up. You can also just search Transflo. So let's get started here. It's pretty simple too. So we're going to begin registration. And recipient ID is the same for everyone, which is AMEX. Then you're going to want to fill out the email that you use on a daily basis, preferably the one you use for work currently. Fill out your full first name. So if you have a shortened name, please use your full name. And then your mobile phone number that you are using for the app. Once this is all filled out, just hit next in the upper right hand corner. It's going to ask if you'd like to proceed. When this pops up and if it says AM Express Inc., that means you have done it correctly. Next, it's going to want your driver ID. Your driver ID is going to be what you use to log into the Qualcomm or IVG. Today we're just using a test account, so just remember to use your driver ID that you use to log into the IVG/Qualcomm. It should validate at this point and ask if you would like to add another recipient. We are not doing that, so you can just skip that and do submit registration. At this point, it will receive the configuration for the app. Just give it some time. And this is so it's customized to the AM Express profile. Now that we're in, you can see that there's some features here that are obviously new compared to the old app. We'll just go over the quick and easy stuff first here. There's a quick link to our website down at the bottom. Instagram, Facebook. Currently we do have an option for safety and training tab, but all this stuff in here right now is being worked on, so this is all to be updated. What we're really working on today is just scanning documents and your weekly paperwork in so that you can be paperless. And let's get started with that. At the top, there's a big circle that says Scan Documents. So if you click on that, it brings up the scanning system. We're going to be using this to scan in anything related to a load, no matter what it is. If it's related to a load, just scan it in here. There'll be an option for it, and I'll show you in just a second. Alright, so once you have your document set up on a flat level surface, go ahead and use the camera app. Now this app is a little more sophisticated. It does have the ability to auto snap if you get it right. And if you see, this one kind of ended a little squared and it cut and cropped a little off to the side. This is good because this shows you this is not acceptable. We'd want to adjust this. So to adjust it, just hit the where it says cropping in the upper left corner, hit the back button, and it'll back you out so you can take it again.
I know. I just don't want driver's seat. Oh, shit. This should be good. That's okay.
So right here, this is a pretty focused image. Sometimes they like you to get closer and it'll auto snap. You can either take it at this point and review it by hitting the snap button, or keep zooming in for an auto snap. So there, it auto snapped. At this point, you can drop and drag the little blue boxes to fit your document. And as you can see here, we're just dragging it around. You can go any direction you want. If your paper's really messed up or, crinkled, or you got lines in it. But For the most part, the app does a really good job of cropping it for you if you take the photo squared and on a level surface. So we're going to go ahead and hit next to use this. As you can see here, it'll zoom in, kind of let you review it at this point. It's a good idea to look it over, make sure that all the text that is needed for billing is readable and tangible, which this one looks pretty good here. At the bottom, you notice you can discard, rotate, brightness, or format it. We're not going to really do format much. That's to switch it to color if need be. That may come in the future for certain documents, but at this point we're doing black and white. Brightness will let you lighten and darken it, and rotate will let you rotate it if you take it at an angle or something like that. This one looks good, so we're going to hit accept in the upper right hand corner. And for today we're going to say this is a bill of lading. And if you see there is more options for a scale ticket, lumper, escort fee, and other. So anything related to a load that you would send in on a weekly basis with your paperwork would go through here. Now, we do have another option for anything that's not related to a load, which we're going to go to next. But first, we'll just finish this one off. So as you can see, there's a bill of lading there. If you wanted to add more, you could at this point, and they will show up in a listing in chronological order from the top to the bottom. At this point, I'm going to go to submit it. It's going to ask for the load number. Please use the load number assigned to this order. I am just going to make up a number. And your driver code should be automatically filled out. We're going to hit next, and it gives you like a confirmation page at this point. It gives you one last chance to add more pages if you like. Otherwise, if you're ready, hit send all. It's going to prepare and send and give you a confirmation code. It's recommended to keep this confirmation code just so that if we have any issues with the documents, they can be pulled off the cloud with this confirmation code. If you notice up in the top, there is your docs have been sent successfully. That is a little heads up that says everything went through. And in a few minutes you'll get an email too with a transcript of what you've done. So that's scanned documents, which as a reminder is just for anything pertaining to a load. Now we're going to go into weekly paperwork. Now that we're in the weekly paperwork tab, you can see that it's already filled out your driver's code and it's going to ask for the week ending. So just like how you would send out your paperwork once a week and your little trip packs, this is replacing all that. So we're going to use the week ending for, let's say, last week. Currently right now on iOS, the calendar option pops up down here. They are working on that. That's actually a programming flaw with the recent update. As for Android, it works just fine. So we're going to pull this up. And let's say this was for last week. So Saturday of last week. As you see, it fills in the date up there. You can also type this in if you'd like to. And then you can just hit done. And next in the upper right hand screen. And there we go. Same screen as before for scanning documents. So we're going to just use camera. And for this one, it doesn't technically have to be paperwork because it could be a receipt or whatever else you're scanning in on a daily basis. So we're going to use this little document here. And as you can see, that this one might need some rotation and some cropping and editing. When we go to the next page, it already cleaned it up. Now, I know this was a shiny document, and so it's going to look a little blurry here. This is just for reference. But as you can tell, it straightened it up for us and made it squared. But we do need to rotate it. So hitting the rotate button on the bottom left side-ish of the screen will rotate the document to look correctly. Once it's correct, hit accept. And now it's going to ask you if this is a trip sheet or other. And so if it's your weekly trip sheet, go ahead and hit trip sheet. Of course, this is just something random, so we're going to do other. And like I said, this is for anything you would send in that is not pertaining to a load directly. So this would be receipts for hotels. Maybe you changed a light bulb or you had to get something on the go for the truck. That all comes in through here. So basically what we're trying to do is go fully paperless. And in order to do that, we got to kind of send everything we do in. So that's what this option is for. It'll let us send in anything you deem that needs to be sent to us that you would have put in that trip pack and sent in the mail. So hit next. And just like before, hit send all. And you get a confirmation code. It's recommended to hold on to that confirmation code for a little bit. Depending on your device, it's simpler and easier to do a screenshot. On an iPhone, it's volume up and the power button. And there we go. Close, and that is it. It's fairly simple to use this application, pretty straightforward, not a lot of glitches. As you can tell, it works pretty good, and it's pretty automatic for most part. There is some other options you're welcome to check out in here. We have a Loves Connect feature. They have a the Weigh My Truck cat scale app is kind of like, it's not necessarily integrated. You can launch it from here. Up in the top left bubble, there is information on how to use the Transflo app in video format. Local weather on the other side. So go ahead, use all those features. If you have any questions or maybe some workflow changes you have an idea of, just don't hesitate to let me know. This is in beta currently, so we are testing and basically trying to work the bugs out. So thank you very much.